I've seen the benefits of Christ being in my life, and I want to share that. And it's not always easy, but it's worthwhile. Out of high school, no real direction for career, no idea what I wanted to do, no dreams for anything. I just knew that I had a deep faith, and going to St. Charles Seminary was one of the first things that I really was kind of prompted by in my heart that I thought God was calling me to do. And then I hit a brick wall with it for whatever reason, not a bad brick wall, but just it was almost like God saying, hey, you went as far as I wanted you to go, you experienced what I wanted you to experience here. Now I want to turn you left. I went into corrections shortly after that, into working at a prison, and then went into the police academy. I don't exactly know when it happened. It wasn't like an I'm saved moment, but at some point in my life, I realized that Jesus was the most important thing in my life. In that, this job, when I started to do it, I realized, wow, I could really attribute my faith walk, living the gospel, to this particular career because I'm working with people every day. I had real life, real kind of rubber meets the road moments with people that hated me, that were effectively my enemy, that I could show love and patience and grace toward them, because of the grace God's given me for it. And it's hard. It's not, don't get me wrong, I don't do it well all the time, but I desire to do it. Now it's a vocation in addition to a career. I work for the Bucks County Sheriff's Department in the SCOPE unit, the Sheriff's Community Outreach Public Engagement. We are community outreach. We go out and work with people that have mental health issues, addiction issues, that are looking to go to rehab. They might have low-level warrants where we can administratively help them take care of it. We try to help people get out of the recidivism of the criminal justice system.
About 4 years ago, law enforcement was being really targeted, and the thing that everybody was bringing up was reform. And me and my boss, we were talking about just our own personal desires of law enforcement and what we thought law enforcement should look like. And one of the things we talked about is giving back to the community. And we put together a program, which is now called the SCOPE unit. We presented it to our sheriff at the time, and he loved the idea. About a year in, he gave us full reign. He liked what he saw, and we did it full time, and that's what we did every day.
And then they said, hey, we need another guy to be on the street. And I thought it was perfect. Justin and I have been friends for years prior to. We'd always had a very deep faith-based friendship, not of the same faith, which is the greatest part, because our conversations and our apologetic debates and our theologies were just more or less parallel, but a lot of there was a lot of specific things, me being Catholic, that we argued about, but in charity. My faith grew, my love of Christ grew because I was able to witness his love of Christ. We've dealt with the most hardened guys and have prayed with them. We've had guys we've dropped off in jail when we're in our car listening to K-Love or listening to Christian music or listening to a theological debate on YouTube as we're driving. We had one guy say, I was going to intentionally overdose today when I was done. I was getting released from jail in Philly. I was going to go overdose, but hearing your conversation, hearing the two of you guys debate and dialogue about Christ, this guy said, what are the chances that your debate would directly impact me sitting back here, not even asking you to talk about this, but your faith and your passion for what you believe in influenced me to not desire to overdose when I got out of jail today.
If you can connect and relate to people, and then afterwards they find out you're law enforcement, it has completely changed people's perception of what law enforcement is. We have people say all the time, they see us and they're like, oh, you guys are narcs, you're narcs, the way you're dressed. And we just laugh it off, and then when we talk to them, they find out what we do, we're like, wow. There's an actual unit that our whole purpose is to go out and help individuals that need assistance getting back on their feet, getting out of the system, and staying out of trouble.
I think we bring hope to people by sharing our stories. We've given them a sense of worth, and I say we as in we've kind of shown them Christ, and Christ has given them the sense of worth, not us. But it's almost like we're trying to be that conduit, and it's proven that in being that conduit, it works. These guys come back and they tell us hey, thank you, because I have a job now, I'm clean now, I'm in treatment now, and I never believed it could work, but you guys convinced me, and then after convincing me, you didn't disappear. You convinced me, and then you encouraged me, and you stuck through it, you prayed with me, and if anything, doing this job has proven it to me. that Christ is a one-size-fits-all, and that he can break through any barrier